going to do Be Humane right now while I'm driving. I got another busy weekend ahead of me, so I'm not going to have time to film it this weekend. So I want to go ahead and do it right now and utilize this time in traffic to do something productive with my time rather than just sitting here in traffic. So what I think I'm going to talk about is something that this guy's doing right now. Being selfish. Trying to ditch people in line. I think I'm going to call this one, why don't we care for each other more? I don't know why people don't care for each other. I mean, I know why, but I don't know why. Because being selfish does not benefit anybody but yourself. And in doing that, you're not taking so much into consideration. You're not taking other people into consideration. You're not taking the planet into consideration, how it affects the environment, whatever it is you're doing. You're only thinking about yourself and what your needs are. And when you do that, I think everybody suffers and everything suffers. I think we have the capacity to be amazing and awesome as far as what we can do for each other and this planet. Now, I'm not saying, don't take care of yourself and look out for yourself. Definitely do that. But what I'm saying is, for example, with all these school shootings and mass shootings, the first thing you always hear people say is, after it happens, they go on the news and they always say, I never thought that would happen here. I never thought that would happen to me. I never thought that would happen. They say the same thing every time. And so, why do people wait for something bad to happen before they try to do something about it? It's because it's personal and it affects them. So prior to that, they're just living their life saying, I'm not thinking about that. It's not affecting me. It's not bothering me. And in doing that, you could potentially be risking your life and other people's lives on so many issues. I'm just speaking specifically right now about, guns. We need to approach this problem as if it's everybody's problem, because it is everybody's problem. It's your problem. It's my problem. It's not just the people who got shot or affected by its problem. It's our problem because it can happen to us. If we don't care for them, nobody's going to care for us. We need to have more of a mentality. We need to have more of a group thinking mentality. That we could maybe do something about it. I'm not just talking about the government, because the first thing you see is people going at the government, change gun laws, going at the NRA, doing this, do that, do something about it, protesting. Clearly hasn't worked. And I don't think it's going to work, because they are clearly being selfish. They have no interest, from what I can tell, in protecting their citizens, protecting their constituents. They don't. They are clearly interested in aligning their pockets with the special interest groups and whoever's putting money in their pockets. They're not worried about us. They're not thinking about us. So that is evident. That's clear. What I'm thinking about now is not so much the government. I'm thinking about business owners. People who own malls, hotels, restaurants, schools, universities. Why aren't these companies doing more to protect their own people? Movie theaters. And what I mean by that is, nobody wants to do it, but why not put in metal detectors at every place you go, and armed security? Because as of right now, there is no deterrent. There is no deterrent of any kind to stop somebody from going into a school or a restaurant or a mall, a movie theater, and just shooting everybody up. They can just walk in and set up and, get people out in the public wherever they are and just shoot them up. There is no deterrent. So you need a deterrent. And I think a clear deterrent would be a metal detector at all the entrances, and armed security. Friend of mine had mentioned, what do we do with the veterans that come here? Let's put the veterans to work, and have them protecting our way of life back home. And I think they need to be visible with their weapons. Because because these shooters are always cowards. They're always cowards. They either usually end up killing themselves or they get caught running away. They're cowards, clearly. I mean, who shoots up innocent people in the first place? Cowards. That word isn't even strong enough for who they are when I think of those people. So, if you got a shooter, you got a coward-ass shooter walking up to a school and he sees metal detectors and armed guards there, I can't imagine he's going to try to walk in. I think what they'll probably do is open fire in a parking lot or out in the public. And I would rather have them do it that way rather than in a closed room where people are trapped and they can't escape. If you're outside, you got options. You can run, you can duck behind a car, you can get behind a tree. There's a lot of space to move around. And it'll stop enclosing people into a confined environment in a room where they're just trapped and just sitting there to get shot. So I don't know why businesses won't invest in that, I guess is what I'm saying. Invest in security. Invest in that to protect your people. Do that at places of employment where people work. Protect your people. Your people are scared and concerned. Do something for them. I can't imagine it's terribly expensive for metal detectors. Now, I understand hiring staff and putting somebody on payroll to guard your doors, but I think the government can help out with that, is provide tax breaks to businesses who buy metal detectors and hire security. Give them tax breaks. Let them be able to write it off so they can protect their people. So I don't know why businesses don't do that. I don't know why they won't care for their employees that way. I can imagine it's got something to do with money. If you can afford it, do it. Don't wait for your place to get shot up and then you make changes, because then it's too late. People are dead. One life is too much. One life is somebody's everything. So why wait? Do something now. The government could also, as far as people driving their cars into people and mowing down people in crowds or at events or people on bike paths, invest in infrastructure and put up those concrete barriers that you see at like Target or government buildings. Put those up along bike paths. Put them up in front of schools. Put them up wherever you need to put them up to make it safer for people. I think we have to come to terms with where we live. America is a great place, but it's also a very dangerous and scary place with all the guns, all the weapons we have here, and different beliefs and all that. We have to come to terms with where we live, and we live in a dangerous place where school shootings, public shootings are normal. That is a way of life now. Every time me and my wife go somewhere, I am always looking for the exit as far as where we need to go or what we need to do in case something bad pops off. How do we escape safely? How do we get out of here? Didn't used to have to do that. That is how I think now whenever I am anywhere. So we need to care for each other, protect each other more with those things specifically, but just generally. Healthcare. Take care of each other. I heard something, I don't know if it's, I don't have all the information about Warren Buffett and these other people trying to privatize healthcare since the government won't do it, and they're protecting, again, their special interests. I got no faith in our government. They have clearly demonstrated what their interests are, where their alliances lie. So again, private companies have to step in and try to figure out how to help its American citizens and other people in the world. So treat people how you want to be treated. I feel like every Be Humane thing I make comes down to the exact same thing. Be humane. I think being humane solves all the problems, whether it's healthcare, jobs, education, gun control, violence, any topic. If you approach it in a humane way, I think the results are going to be good. Yeah, it may not be as profitable, but why does it always got to be about money? Selfish again. People treat this planet, not everybody, but a lot of people treat this planet as if it's, I don't know, like it's going to be here forever. You know, I think it's clearly been demonstrated that this planet is suffering because of humans and how we destroy it, we don't take care of it. And you got companies who abuse it for their own pockets. But we need to do better. We need to do better. And a lot of people laugh at me, but I talk a lot about Star Trek Next Generation. And I think that is where our potential lies, or where our potential, it kind of shows us what we can be as far as how we treat humanity. You want a good TV show to watch? Go watch Star Trek Next Generation. It's beautiful as far as humanity is concerned, and how we treat other species, and how we treat each other, and how we treat the planets. It's amazing. And I think that was, I forget the creator's name, Star Trek. I think he was saying something like that was his goal. He aspired to show the potential of humanity and what we can be. I hope we get there someday, but I don't have a lot of hope that we'll get there in my lifetime. I see glimpses of hope, and, throughout daily life. And remember this: the media always shows you what's bad. You never hear news reports about good things happening. It's always tragedy and racist people and bad things, because that stuff sells, and people want to watch that. There's a lot of good people out there. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good people out there, but the village idiot is always the loudest, and they're always making the most noise. So know that there are good people out there who think like this and are humane and want to do right by others and are trying to make a change. I guess ultimately I'm speaking to people who have the ability to change things and they don't. If you believe in God, I don't know, but there's a judgment day. I would not want to be you if you have the power to do something and you don't do it. So that's really it. Don't be selfish. When you're driving on the roads, this is really basic. Don't be reckless in your driving. Don't cut people off. Don't put my life in danger because of your ability, because of your need to rush, to get somewhere, to get the advantage. Don't do it. It's reckless and it's dangerous, and I can't stand it when people behave that way on the roads. Don't be a dick. Be respectable. Respect other vehicles, because cars are dangerous and a lot of people die and get hurt because of your selfishness or your stupidity, trying to race to get somewhere or trying to get some kind of advantage. You're putting people's lives in danger. People die for stupid reasons because you were doing something stupid. Be better. Be better people. Be better. Be better in every way you can be. Be humane.